That was a dry ice. You know, we pumped it in. We spare no expense here at InStyle. Thank you, the woo. That was an iconic woo. I heard that. Hi, guys. I'm so excited. All right. Good evening and welcome to the InStyle Awards. It's only been 2 years and 1 month since the last one. Goodness, look at all of you. Original voices, brilliant creatives, and just good people. Here together, finally, to celebrate each other and have a good time. Especially after, such a shit one. To our award recipients tonight, it is our greatest pleasure to honor you. Not just for your work, but for how you've expressed yourselves in the past 2 years. With the spotlight on or off, the pressure public or private. What you have stood for, who you have spoken for, and what you have created has defined the culture and inspired us all when inspiration was in short supply. Firstly, and this is alphabetical, so don't get offended if you're later, Ms. Simone Biles. Simone, your otherworldly accomplishments are only equaled by your honesty and deep humanity. For you, we created a new award, the original, which I guess we can only give out once, so you're welcome. Our voice of stylist, Jason Bolden. It's so good because I can't see anything, but I know. Jason, we celebrate you for swinging for the fashion fences, for bringing joy and much-needed beauty during a time of trauma. Sometimes the world needs Cynthia Erivo and Lime Green Valentino, or Storm Reid and anything, really. Michael Kors is our designer of the year. Celebrating his 40th anniversary, Michael is living proof that the good guy wins. Honestly, apart from being one of the greats of fashion, Michael, you're so nice it's sick. Melissa McCarthy is our icon tonight. When Melissa was told she was receiving the Icon Award, she texted me a picture of herself driving a golf buggy wearing flaming Crocs and said, "So it's for this?" Yes, Melissa, it's exactly for that. Our Stylist of the Year is Samantha McMillen. Sam, we've owed you this since last year. This is for your taste, your sense of occasion, and your sensitivity. What you cook up with Miss Elle Fanning, who's here tonight, can only be described as magic. The future of fashion, where is she? It's you, Anifa Mvuemba. We were introduced to Anifa's brand, Anifa, a couple of years ago. We immediately photographed it on Zendaya. She looks pretty good in clothes, but the dress was better. And our icon over here, Melissa McCarthy, has also worn on the cover. Anifa, tonight we celebrate both your inspiration and your innovation. And it's your birthday tomorrow. Yay, birthday! Speaking of great meetings, shout out to Zoe Kravitz for introducing us to our makeup artist of the year, the incredible Nina Park. One of the most intuitive talents we've ever come across. Nina, the beauty of your work is that you never lose the woman. Our badass woman, she's a woman, but she represents many. Woman Award recipient is the fearless fighter for those who can't fight for themselves, Congresswoman Katie Porter. Katie, how do we show our love and appreciation for you? Oh, I know. Finally, our hairstylist of the year, Lona Vigi. Lona is as kind as she is brilliantly creative. Well, she was until she told us that henceforth she'll only be referred to as InStyle Award winner Lona Vigi. Thank you so much to our sponsors, Bird in Hand, Cadillac, Christian Louboutin, he's French, Citizen and Fiji Water. And a huge thank you to our elevator collaborator, Apple. You heard of them? Yeah. In celebration of the honorees, InStyle is making a grant to the Getty's Arts Access Program, which helps kids from LA's underserved schools connect with art through field trips to this fine place. Thank you to the InStyle team, who not only produced this tonight, but tirelessly, nay, masochistically, produced such incredible work during the pandemic. You didn't miss a beat or an issue. And after seeing you on Zoom all this time, It's nice to remember that you have legs. Finally, a round of applause for all of us for making it through with a whole 10% of our sanity. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
Good evening. It's a bit of a tough thing to pass after Laura, who's such a, I don't know how to say it. In French we say une torpille or tornado or something. So I have this very school type of speech for the honor, so I'm sorry. But you should have told me, Laura, that I should have said something like torpedo. Okay, so that's not. It's true. It's terribly boring, what I'm going to say. I am pleased to be here tonight to present the Future of Fashion Award, an honor that was created to highlight the work of visionary designers who are enlarging boundaries with the help of technology and new mediums. No one can sleep, huh? In 2012, at only 21 years old, the self-taught designer launched Anifa, a name which means in Arabic, true believer, a fitting name for a designer who, during very uncertain times, was driven by her determination and has the foresight to look beyond the more obvious limitation of the time, and saw an opportunity there to rethink the way technology could be leveraged as a platform to present her new collections. I think that everyone who saw her presentation was mesmerized by it and clearly remembers every element of it. In addition to her work as a designer, Anifa mentors aspiring entrepreneurs and creatives, encouraging them to further develop their own unique talents and supporting them with strategy and business development. I mean, this girl down here, I can't see anything, but down here is a real powerhouse. Anifa is, as we say in French, a tour de force, with an American accent, a tour de force, an example of what it means to be a young, talented creative, forging your own path in this new, rapidly changing world we live in, and using your gifts to educate, honor, and uplift others in a myriad of ways. Anifa, I am so pleased to present you with this very well-deserved award. Again, believing myself in the power of words, I just have one for you, and it is bravo. And being French, I was not going to, I had to lie. This is not the last word. And congratulations on this very first Future of Fashion Award given to you, my dear Anifa Mvuemba.
So nervous. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you, Mr. Louboutin. This is such an honor. I can't even compete with what you said because it was so wonderful. First and foremost, I want to thank God because without him, I wouldn't be here today. So you guys just bear with me because I typed up a little speech for you guys. Okay. I want to extend the utmost praise and gratitude to InStyle for this prestigious invitation. It is an absolute honor and privilege to be recognized for my work. This moment in front of all of you is a testament to growth and hard work, but is also a glowing reminder that dreams really do come true. Some dreams may be big, bold, terrifying, while others' dreams reveal our purpose. I dreamt of a world filled with color, rich in texture, and bold prints. Migrating from Congo to the US 27 years ago, my perspective as a designer was largely based on my differences and what makes me unique. Showcasing Pink Label Congo, a 3D rendered fashion show earlier in the pandemic, highlighted the spirit of where I come from. But it was also a love letter to myself, my family, my team, and my supporters. As a designer, and most importantly, a Black woman, I find myself always wanting to push the envelope. Starting small and designing my first dress nearly 10 years ago, my birthday's tomorrow, by the way. I held on to the belief that I had a gift to share with the world, and I'd stopped at nothing until I was able to bring my dreams to reality. Inspired by a woman's journey to live a life without limits, Anifa was created. At every turn in my life, I've been guided by women, inspired by women, and supported by women who've believed in me. To me, fashion is much deeper than just clothing. It's about making people feel empowered and capable. And this InStyle Fashion Future Award represents that. I accept this award loudly as I firmly believe that my purpose was to design and to showcase bold, limitless women of all shapes and sizes. I accept this award on the behalf of women who continue to lead the charge in fashion. I want to express gratitude and appreciation to my team. I love you all so much. We're having our first runway show in DC tomorrow evening, and they're working so hard to make it happen and for me to be here tonight. And just a friendly reminder, and I would just want you guys to always remember that your dreams are important, valuable, and a vital part of who you are. Thank you.
Hey, y'all. Hey, babe. First of all, I haven't been out of the house in 2 years, so get ready. Just saying, I'm going to unleash on you guys. No, I'm just kidding. It's so nice. Gosh, can we just take a minute to say how gorgeous is this night? Thank you so much, Laura Brown and everybody at InStyle. What a moment to be at a beautiful museum with some of our dearest friends, celebrating our art and our culture, and how much we all love each other. One of my favorite things is just watching everybody say hi, and we all haven't seen each other in so long, and we are a beautiful community that supports each other, cares for each other, promotes each other's work, and I'm just really proud to be part of this family. So I love all of y'all. I really do. Okay, so I have the unique honor of talking about Lona Vigi tonight. Oh my gosh, how lucky am I? Okay, so everybody knows Lona Vigi. So many of y'all know Lona. She's an esteemed professional and very professional and very good at what she does. But here's a fun fact. Not one, but 2 men have tattooed her name on their body. So just let that sink in. How many people here have a man or a woman has tattooed your name on their body because they love you that much? I see somebody raising their hand. Congratulations. It's not been a goal I've achieved yet. I'm putting it on my list. But most girls struggle to even get a guy to put their number in their phone. But somehow Lona got them to tattoo her name on their body. And that is because, why is that, guys? She gets full commitment, and I want to talk about why. This woman, Lona, how do you describe someone who has boundless energy, hundreds of creative ideas, and more joy than one human body can hold? That is Lona Vigi. I call her human sunshine, which is very on brand for me. She starts her day at the crack of dawn, And she is a swirling bundle of energy that just literally never stops. It's like the Tasmanian devil of cleaning and talking and hair and extensions and just things flying all over the place. She's always laughing, she's always smiling, and she's always making everyone feel special and loved. And she scoots around the trailer saying things like bleep, blah, bloop, and oh, shut the front door. Because she grew up in the middle of America, and she has a lot of funny things that she says. But Lana and I met about 12 years ago. We were on a movie that it was in Philadelphia, and I remember calling her and trying to Zoom with her, and she couldn't even get the Zoom to turn on. But that was 12 years ago, to her credit. No, but none of us knew how to Zoom then. Now we're all professionals. But we were on this movie, y'all, that literally the takes were so long, the days were so long. It was, this will only make sense to movie people, but 40 to 70 takes of every shot. Literally every shot, sometimes 125 takes of a close-up. And it was, needless to say, it was exhausting, but also I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And I would turn around every single time, and Lana would be like, "You're okay. We're in this together. You're going to do it. I'm going to make you look pretty. We're going to get through this." It was probably the hardest working experience I've ever had in my life. The movie ran 2 months over. 2 months. This was 10 years ago. Movies could run 2 months over. Hi, Nicole. She was like in a movie that ran a year and a half over. But it was so difficult. But I remember calling my assistant, Rachel Botti, at the very end of it and going, "Whatever happens in this world, I just want to work with Lona Vigi for the rest of my life." So my prayers were answered, and since then, we have worked together for 12 years. We have made 7 movies. We have made 3 television shows, some of which y'all are watching currently. Thank you so much for watching Morning Show. And every time we get to work, Lana is just filled with ideas and her vision for the character. We have had 3 different hair colors. We have good wigs. We've had bad wigs. We all know this struggle. And every character we create together is a labor of love, and I just love daydreaming with Lana, and I'm always excited to see what she's going to come up with. And I want to say every single makeup artist and hairstylist that has worked with her just loves to get to come to work and play with Lana. So one time I was thinking about, like, why is Lana so special? And one time I said to her, "Why are you in such a good mood every single day?" And she said, "I had a favorite aunt who gave me the best piece of advice, which is, happiness is a gift that you give yourself every single day." And, right? And Lana lives that every single day. Like, life is a precious gift, and her opportunities are rare and precious. And that is why I love to spend every day with Lona Vigi, and it is my honor to give her this prestigious award. Miss Lona Vigi, come up and receive the InStyle Hairstylist of the Year Award.
I love this woman so much. Thank you so much for being here, Reese. It means everything to me. You are so lovely, and your support over the years for me has been just always there, unwavering, and I couldn't be here without you, I'm sure. And your constant support of my artistry and friendship means the world. She's the best. She wants to have fun, and all she does is want to have fun. Except for if it's a night shoot. No night shoots. I wrote a speech because I don't even know how you do this. I'm so nervous, I might pass out. And I told her that before I came, and she said, "I can come up from behind and just hold you up if you want." I was like, maybe. Anyway, here I go. Thank you to InStyle for this incredible opportunity. I am, like I said, completely out of my comfort zone, but I'm so honored. When I was a young girl growing up in Detroit, my mother owned a hair salon. I would visit her often. We were a close-knit Italian family, and I adored her beyond words. My siblings and I would play and run around the salon. I witnessed how deep and how loving her connections to these women were. But much more than that, what stuck with me most was the joy that came from the relation she had with these women. The salon was much more than where they got to get their hair done. It was a table for which they gathered. They were her friends. I lost my mother at a young age, but those memories and experiences left an indelible mark on my soul and helped to shape my future. And although she was taken from my family too soon, her legacy and joy live in me daily when her passion for hair and passion for love and for people and life. From the start of my career, I was so eager to work. I worked for free. I never said no. I could never get my hands on enough jobs. If anybody asked me to do anything, I said yes. I was so excited. I couldn't believe that I was working in Hollywood. I still feel that way even after all these years. I've been lucky enough to be surrounded by bold, loving, supportive women along the way who not only took a chance on me when I was starting out, but have continued to stand by me through all these years. I am eternally grateful. To receive this award here tonight in front of my friends and colleagues is truly mind-blowing. I feel so incredibly lucky and blessed, and it is my profound honor to be here tonight. Thank you to Laura, Glynis, and everyone at InStyle, and to all the incredible, gorgeous, amazing women that I've been able to work with over the years. You inspire me deeply, and I'm so thankful to be included in this room. Thank you, Reese, for being here. It means everything. Thank you.
It is so foggy up here. I feel like I'm either in a music video or a really glamorous haunted house. So let's get it started. It is my honor tonight to help celebrate several visionaries of fashion, including Jason Bolden, my own stylist. I love you. Over there, love you. As well as other phenomenals such as Michael Kors, Melissa McCarthy, Samantha McMillen, yes, applause, snaps, all of it. Anifa Mvuemba, Nina Park, Representative Katie Porter, and Lona, Vigi. Yes, amazing. The awardee I have the deepest privilege of commemorating tonight literally needs no introduction. And since she's getting the original award, I thought the best way to honor her would be through an original poem. This is The Greatest, dedicated to Miss Simone Biles. I am here to celebrate the symbol that is Simone, most well known for being the most accomplished gymnast of our time. But it is time we see Simone as far more than her 32 medals. She is a champion because she never settles for less than the rebel she is. That is what it means to be Biles bold, a beauty to behold at just 24 years old. She is such a treasure. Her worth measures more than gold. This is the thought, the thrill, the thunder behind her throne. Simone has shown that power is from listening to a voice that is your own, that greatness lies not in if we've won, but if we've grown, and that when one woman speaks her truth, she is never alone. Simone is a fighter on fire, a survivor, speaking not a solo, but as part of a choir, raising up the woman beside her. We're often most mind blown by what Simone does with her body. I am most awed at what Simone does with her heart. From the very start, with everything, she brings her humanity, her humility, her hope. This, above all, is what makes Simone the GOAT. Here's to Simone Biles, to her slayage and her smile, her strength always in spirit, and her spirit always in style. Please help me welcome Simone Biles.
Guys, I am floored. That was beautiful, Amanda, and you make that look so easy. So if you want to give my acceptance speech, you can just read my paper. But Amanda, I guess I should bring this down. I'm a little shorter. Amanda, when I heard you were presenting me this award, I was honored. You are so inspiring, so thank you so much. I also want to thank InStyle for this award and getting me out of a leotard for the night. When I think about being an original, I think it's about staying true to yourself in all aspects of your life, whether it's your work life, your personal life, or your style. It's embracing the idea that you do you. When I was starting out, there were people who talked about the way I wore my hair or how big my legs were, but I learned to block out the noise, because after all, how could I tumble or have multiple moves named after me without the power in my legs? Gymnastics is something that I love, but I've come to realize that it's not my only purpose. Sure, I have Olympic medals and accolades, but being a voice for the voiceless is equally as important to me, and knowing that I need to use my voice to speak up for myself, even when the world may not understand it. My drive has always come from wanting to push the bar and see what else I'm capable of. I'm constantly wanting to improve, and I'm proud of how far I've come, so I never thought I'd be in this position. Part of the reason I'm standing here today is because I have an amazing support system. I want to thank my mom and dad who are with me tonight, as well as my amazing agent, Janie. So please know that whether I'm in one of the custom designed leotards or a fancy dress like I'm wearing tonight, I will always be here to support you guys in your journey, just as you have in mine. I want my fans to know that it's going to be okay. I see you guys, I love you, and I thank you.
I've just written a little poem. Not. Leanne Moriarty told me that when she wrote 9 Perfect Strangers, she created the role of Frances for Melissa McCarthy. And she created the role of Marsha for me. And I have to say I'm so grateful, because a few years later, Melissa and I were strangers no more, as we found ourselves in lockdown in Australia making a series. So presenting the Icon Award to a true icon like Melissa is a little bit daunting, and not just because of the tremendous pressure that is on me to be funny, because most people think, Melissa McCarthy, she's a natural, and therefore comedy is easy, because Melissa makes it look easy. That good acting is easy, because Melissa makes that look easy. So really, this is your own fault, because you're so bloody good. But the illusion is effortlessness is actually the hardest work. So imagine how much work Melissa puts in to making millions of people laugh and cry, balancing an equation of timing, physicality, delivery, and words. You get drama, you get comedy, and you get the best of both worlds. So you see how good she is. Just like the love and the loyalty that she puts into her relationship with Ben, which I said to her, is it 16 years? Is it 15 years? She's like 25 years together, which is amazing. And then I can also say this woman is an amazing mother. I saw her with her children, 2 girls the same age as my girls, and we bonded over the fact that we are raising 2 girls in this crazy world, trying to make them well-adjusted. And I can tell you, as anyone here knows, that is not easy. But we are really, really trying. And we're trying because of the love that we have for these little women. I recently had the opportunity to play another great comedian, Lucille Ball. And I have to say that trying to get into her head, I finally saw all the precision and planning that goes into being funny. It's all in the details. And that is Melissa's brilliance. I didn't think it was possible to have any more respect for her, but wow. I mean, she is so detailed and so precise, and as I said, she makes it look easy. And just when you think you've pinned her down, surprise, there is something else. It is not everything that's inside that counts. I have to say, and I know this sounds incredibly superficial, but she has the most amazing skin. She does. And when I said that to her, she's like, I know. I take care of it. You can all go up, take a look. She's right here. Going, I'm telling you the truth. But go study it. But as you said to me, you're a weirdo. And I'm like, yeah, I actually am. And she said, good, because I'm a weirdo too. So here is the secret to being iconic, to being Melissa McCarthy. You have to be a real weirdo, and you have to have great skin. The rest is just bloody hard work and exquisite talent. And babe, you have it all. So come on up here, Miss Icon.
Drop it just when you got it. I almost really threw that on her. First of all, I want to thank Margot Robbie. I'm just kidding. I know exactly who the lady over there is. You know, I was thinking as I watched Nicole float out here, seemingly on a thundercloud of grace and power and poise, I thought to myself, oh boy, this is one of those teaching moments. So I just tried to steady myself and get real quiet. I think we all felt it. Because I wanted to receive the lesson. And it was profound. It said very loudly in my head, McCarthy, you jackass. You never want to follow Kidman. I think we're all thinking that right now. That one, she's so weird. She's wonderfully weird. It's like a gift, and you think it's candy corn, but it's not. It's like it's different every day. It's really good. I just want to think, this is like my first time out with people, so none of this is going to make any sense. I kind of went into a CVS 2 months ago, and I was like I didn't know what to do. I want to say thanks for this recognition. Thanks for InStyle. Thanks for bringing all these dynamic, incredible people and shining the light on them. Simone Biles, I want to say I'm sorry that I saw you and I burst out crying and talked about what you mean to women and my 2 daughters and everything, but I don't take it back. I'm just sorry I did it in such a creepy way. I also feel like I have to thank my mom. When I was 20, I moved to New York City with the intention of finishing college finally, which didn't go so well the first round, at FIT, which had been my dream. I always wanted to be in fashion since I was 10 or 11. My grandmother was a seamstress, and that's just the path I thought I was taking. And then less than 48 hours of being in the city, I called my mom and dad and I said, I've got great news. I'm not gonna go back to college. I'm gonna try stand-up. I had only tried it once the night before, and it went okay. It wasn't great, but I decidedly dropped out of college. Surprisingly, both of my parents encouraged me truly to follow my path, and here we are today. I love this world. I love the smoke and mirrors. I love the possibilities. I love that we can be anyone we want to be, and everybody in this room makes it happen. And not only makes us feel like we can be anybody, but makes everyone watching us think, maybe, why not me? And I love that. And I've always thought of fashion and hair and makeup, and all of that is my armor. You know, it's protective gear that allows me to determine who I want to be that day. And in a world that rushes to, I don't know, label and sort people like we're all junk mail, I love that every day I get to control my narrative and not some asshole in Scranton that told me who wore it best. And I haven't been to Scranton. It may be beautiful. So I don't want to shit on Scranton, but somebody's got to take the hit. Nicole said Scranton is terrible, so I just went with that. I looked up the definition of icon this week. The first one said something about a painting of Jesus Christ on a wood panel. And I was like, all right, Laura, that seems pretty weird, but... So I don't think that's what Laura meant. And if it is, I'm cool with it. So I moved to the second definition, which says a person or thing regarded as a representative symbol. And I sat with that for a minute, and I was like, oh my God, what if I was a symbol? What would I be? And I really thought it'd be like, I think I'm an old tattered quilt. And I mean, one that's, you know, it's been around for a minute. It's been randomly put together by novice sewers. My corners don't meet up. I'm pretty sure my colors clash. I got too much stuffing in some parts and not enough in others. But I have to say that at 51, I feel pretty damn lucky and grateful that my two tremendous daughters and my fella choose me to curl up with at night and give them comfort. Oh God, this is what I did to Simone. It's just a shit show. I can't keep it together. And I just want to say that all the remarkable humans in this room, I want to thank you for not wanting me to mend myself or clean up or fix up, but you encouraged me to just keep wabi-sabiing myself. And it means the world to me. So, you know, 20 years later, I asked my mom, I'm like, what the hell would make you, when I called you at 20 to say I was dropping out of school, why would you not try to convince me to finish college? And Sandy thought about it for a minute, and then very sweetly, and I enjoy saying this to this room, she said, I don't trust those fashion people. They seem shady. I'm not kidding. So long story short, we're all here tonight because of our imperfection. It is our bumps and bruises that makes us who we are. And I thank you for it. And I thank my mom for her terrible advice. But mainly, tonight is about the fact that 20 years ago, my mom thought you were all garbage. So I'd just like to end, I hope this isn't repetitious, but I'd like to end with a Gary Busey quote. When you don't know, you know. When you know, you don't know. But you really don't know it. When you don't know, you really don't know until you don't know you know it. Which means you really know it's authentic. God, that's good, Busey. Thank you so much. It means a lot.
Okay, I'm just gonna give y'all a fair warning. I get emotional about the people I care about and love. I don't like crying, but I cry when I talk about the people I love. So where do I start?
I'm just gonna start with Jason Bolden, AKA Mr. Don't Miss. I like to call him Mr. Don't Miss. He is a dream of a human. In 2017, right before we started press for A Wrinkle in Time, my mom and I went through this long process of trying to find a stylist, and I will never forget the day I met Mr. Jason. It was at the Chateau Marmont, nice and fancy, just like him. He was wearing his typical uniform, which is a sweater, shorts, a hat, headphones in ear, coffee in hand, cool as a cucumber. So I was kind of intimidated because this person was just so cool and I did not know what to expect. But at the end of our meeting, he says, listen, even if you don't choose me, don't choose a stylist that is trying to be the star. Instead, choose someone who is going to be strategic and going to help you map out your career in the fashion world. And at that very moment, I knew I wanted him to be in my life for a very long time. And one thing I love most about Jason is that he's just Jason, always consistent, never trying to conform, steering clear of all of the BS, like he likes to say. If you're lucky enough to be a part of the JSN Style Team family, you know that he might send a whole rack of clothes and do all these fittings, or he might just send one dress or some jeans to your house and say, "Ciao, it'll be fine." And it always is. And he's just so dang good at his job, and I feel like that's why he has the energy he does, and he moves through the world in the way he does, because he knows that he loves fashion, and it's always going to be fun and passion-filled. And to know Jason is to love and to be loved by him. So I just want to say thank you, Jason, for being my fashion superhero, my big brother, business partner, and most importantly, our family. You've elevated my fashion and my opportunities. You make me feel beautiful every time you send some clothes my way or I come to your house. You taught me to have fun in this space and not give a damn as long as I am myself. You are a wondrous human made up of a conglomerate of blessings, and we are so lucky to have you from everyone you work with, your family, your friends, Arrow, and Adair. You are a voice for the voiceless in fashion, not just the voice of style. Congratulations, and please come up here.
Wow, that's a really large font, Storm. This is strange, this is weird. This is actually even better because I can't see anyone. But who I can see is Storm. And I'm so grateful that you choose me every day. I'm so, so, so internally grateful to watch you move through this planet. In totality, just move through it as being your ultimate, awesome self. I'm grateful. I am grateful to experience you. I'm grateful that Robin, your mom, and Ava DuVernay brought you into this space that we get to call fashion. And they are beyond grateful and sometimes not even worthy of you. But I'm so happy that you took the time out today to give me this. So that's first. Okay. To know me again is to know that I am kind of prepared but never prepared, and I didn't write anything, but I ran to the bathroom really quick and I act like I had to do a number 2, but I was actually writing. So here goes it all. This is just very quick, normally off the dome, but my gratitude goes to Laura and her entire team at InStyle for creating this space and bestowing this honor on a Black queer boy from St. Louis. Thank you for seeing me and celebrating my work. What's also very, 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 very important is to understand what an ally is. And what you have done, Laura, is you've become a true ally, and you've given up your seat, and you allowed me to sit at tables that were never supposed to be meant for me. So I'm grateful. Thank you, Laura. Okay. The second flush. When I flushed and they thought I was pooping. I got to this part. Okay. I would not be able to do this without these three pillars in my life. The first pillar is my family. My husband, you are our house. Adair Curtis, you are our house. You create safety, serenity, and peace. You also have been able to hang a mirror at our front door so I get to see myself every day and hear you tell me that I'm worth it. You also have created an environment for us to raise an amazing little black boy named Errol Fox to show possibility, strength, and courage through and through. I also like to lean back into, to know me, as I always lean back into my grandmother, who I used to watch plant flowers in her garden in the chicest outfit. She would be in high-waisted khaki pencils and a proper polo button down and a flat. And she used to always tell me that, baby, no one has created chic. You own chic. We are chic. You can have whatever you want, from Dior to Saint Laurent to Balenciaga. You can have it all. So I give my fashion ode to that woman who allowed me to actually just be and whisper in my ear about black fashion titans that I got to experience through her. The next pillar would be the black unsung forebears, including Stephen Burrows, Patrick Kelly, Sam Fine, Lisa Cooper, Emil Wilbekin, just to name a few who paved this world for me, who still turn back, Sam, Emil, Lisa Cooper, and give me insight and push me and tell me how different it is now than it was when they were in the business. So these are for the people who led before me, who did all the work and laid the pavement for me to be able to stand here and celebrate people like Storm, Amanda Gorman, Ava DuVernay, Janet Mock, Yar Shahidi, Cynthia Erivo. I mean, the list goes on. Somebody's going to be mad because I forgot some names, but the list goes on. Taraji P. Henson. The list goes on and on and on. Here we go. I mean, listen, for somebody who didn't write something, I'm actually doing pretty good. Okay, so the final is my clients. And I don't like to call them my clients. I like to call them warriors, because these people go out every day, stand in front of everyone, and everybody has something to say, and they can critique it. But they stand there and they take it. They never surrender, and they always survive. And they always, for me, will always, 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 always be the best things that I've ever seen. So tonight, I stand here as your shield, Amanda Gorman, Storm Reid, Yar Shahidi, to the future, Demi Singleton. I stand here as your shield. There will be no one or no thing that will ever penetrate the things that you guys are planning to doing to shift the planet. I repeat, I am your shield. You can do whatever you want to do, because I stand here in a space where I'm not supposed to be standing, because for years and years, and still currently right now, people still say no to people who look like us. So here we are. We celebrate this. I celebrate this tonight, getting to dress Storm in custom Prada. Amanda Gorman in Harbison, custom. So I stand here and I say, I'm grateful. I'm tremendously grateful. And I can't wait to kill the carpet again. Love you guys. Thank you so much.
I watch Representative Katie Porter verbally destroy evil billionaire bank CEOs and moronic Republicans the way men watch their team play the Super Bowl. My girls My girls come over, we paint our bodies, we have a couple beers, we turn on C-SPAN, and we go, "Let's go, Katie! Let's go, Katie! Get his ass!" You know, Miss Porter, you are a miracle. Your ability to so clearly illustrate the ways in which our systems in this country are broken and amplify the voices of working class families who are struggling while offering tangible solutions to these issues are only a fraction of the reason why you are my celebrity crush. The other reasons are as follows. Katie Porter is a professor of law, a scholar, a single working mother. She is a key voice in ending political corruption. She is a consumer advocate and author of 3 books. She refuses to take a dime from corporate interests and fought against predatory loans and abusive credit card fees. She advocates for Medicare for all, common sense gun reform, and the Green New Deal. She is a fierce defender of justice and is a lighthouse in the stormy seas of political corruption. Please, everyone, rise and join me in welcoming this year's recipient of the Badass Award, Miss Katie Porter.
Thank you, Hannah, for that wonderful introduction, to the entire InStyle team for tonight, and to Christian for the dress with the pockets. Lots of us try to do the right thing. We vote, we volunteer, we speak up. But under all of those actions has to come something that sustains us. For me, as I told Laura Brown, it's an ambition. It's an understanding that things used to be worse isn't good enough. In the first few months of the pandemic, cases were climbing, Americans were dying. The disease was winning, and we had virtually no tools to stop it. In March, Congress convened the nation's top public health experts in a walnut-paneled room for a hearing. One after the other, from the top of the dais, representatives asked what could be done. Looking through their wire-rimmed glasses, studying their notes, the experts acknowledged the problems that my colleagues were raising. I sat in the farthest corner, in the bottom row. The last to question, I used my whiteboard to show the costs of a COVID test. And then I asked the CDC director, the nation's top doctor, to make COVID testing free. He thanked me for my question. He accepted the high cost as accurate. He described the complexities of testing and medical billing. And the other experts nodded their gray heads in agreement. He described how the CDC needed to operationalize the payment structure, and he promised to look into it. But I had made a different promise. Not good enough, I said. Will you do what the law lets you do and make COVID testing free? He blinked. He whispered to his aide. Finally, he said, I think you're an excellent questioner. And the answer is yes. In that moment, every American got a tool against COVID, the ability to get a test. That was a big win. And it came about because some new House member, literally the last in line, had the courage to say what powerful men, often with gray hair and wire-rimmed glasses, rarely hear, that what they are offering is not good enough. Many of us are so quick to say that about ourselves. Hell, I have a Badass Woman Award, and I asked myself this morning whether I was good enough as a boss, good enough as a representative, good enough as a mother. We need to stop asking ourselves if we are good enough and start saying not good enough to the forces that are holding us back. Because where our country is right now is not good enough. Not for women, for people of color, for immigrants, for LGBTQ people, for people with disabilities. Too often they are left behind and we are left with our doubts about whether we can make a difference. Being a badass is about listening to our ambition that today's world is not good enough, instead of our doubts about whether we are. So tonight, I accept this award on behalf of every American willing to say, not good enough. Our country can do better. Thank you very much.
Hi, you guys are gonna see Samantha literally, this just busted completely. We have a style little emergency, but hey, it's staying. It's fine. It's Stylist of the Year. Oh gosh, this is such a beautiful night. I'm so happy to be here. Very, very special. All right, I have written this about someone that I love so deeply, and I probably will cry. Samantha and I have been talking about how we're gonna cry. We have tissues in our bags. But yes, okay, so here we go. Tonight I have the special task of presenting my mama unicorn, Samantha McMillen, with the Stylist of the Year award. Yes. It is daunting to write something about someone that you do love so much and care about so deeply, but it truly is my honor to help celebrate her because I can't think of anyone that is more deserving. And it was also it was an opportunity to wear this as well, which I had to FaceTime with Samantha in Savannah a couple weeks ago to figure out how to get it on. And in true Samantha fashion, it's like no matter the time, Samantha always picks up. Samantha is always there for her clients, even if it's 3 or 4 in the morning, and I'm asking for moleskin to ease a broken heart. Samantha is there with her kit of thread and sage advice. Our relationship far exceeds business. Ben, her wonderful husband, is here with her tonight. Ben, who I've known for years. And guess what, Ben? I'm sorry to break it to you, but I have some news. She is not sleeping alone when she's away on trips. Some of her lovers include Valentino, Vivienne Westwood, Dior, Gucci, Rodarte, Versace, and Armani, to only list a few. Guys, it's true, Samantha does sleep with all of her dresses. On our Whirlwind 2019 Cannes extravaganza, I walked into Samantha's room where fashion took precedence. Clothes and accessories were laid out, color coordinated to perfection, next to a very small roll-away cot for herself to sleep on. One of the things that I admire most about Samantha as a stylist is her respect for the designers' hard work and craftsmanship. These designers trust stylists with their precious pieces of art, and Samantha takes that responsibility to heart, even at the expense of a comfortable night's sleep. Samantha knows how much it takes to create that split-second magic moment. And thanks to her talent, we certainly have had a few of those together. The Dior hat in can, our Gucci Maleficent gown fit with blood, dripped gloves, and even a Malibu Miu Miu Barbie for the Met Ball. And 10 years ago, I met Samantha, or Sam, as many call her. I was a very eager teen, keen on paving a style of my own, with some might say eccentric tastes. For example, our very first look together was a bright purple checkered Miu Miu suit, a la Austin Powers. Not the typical pick for a 13-year-old, but Samantha did not bat an eye. She is the reigning queen of tailoring suits. Whether it's her dressed in her own tuxedo, trailing her starlets with train in hand, or Thor on her arm. And I wanted to address this, Sam, because I think most of your clients have been voted sexiest man alive at one point or another, and Dakota, my sister, and I are still single, so just like a food for thought there. But seriously, Samantha, you see me in my truest form. She has this uncanny ability to look through the madness and be the calm in the storm. And when those pre-carpet jitters set in, she is the soft voice of reason. She reminds you that what we are doing should be playful and never stressful. I have not once seen Samantha get overwhelmed. She makes each of her clients feel like her only client, never intermingling racks, always selecting clothes for each specific person. And sometimes when I'm on the red carpet, blinded by the flashes, I think, can you all just please turn your cameras to the one responsible for this? She will be the woman, the mama unicorn with tears of pride in her eyes. Please just take a photo of her, the person always in the background who is making the moment special for someone else, never needing the credit for herself. And I hope that this night can be that for you, Samantha, because you deserve all the credit. Without you, none of us would have those in-style moments. Yes. Before we wrap it up, I was able to contact a few of your unicorns and ask them a simple question. I asked them, what's one word or a couple words to describe Samantha McMillen? Let's see. Here we go. Samantha is deeply kind, empathetic, and compassionate. I have been grateful to work with someone as special as her and to call her a friend, Elliot Page. The mother of unicorns, a loving creative vortex magic maker, Brie Larson. Creates a safe space where you can be yourself. Sam makes flowers bloom, Evan Rachel Wood. It's impossible to describe her with one word, but first thing that comes to mind is kind, Michelle Pfeiffer. Spirited, impish, imaginative, dear, profoundly kind, and thoroughly good, Ashley Judd. Samantha's God-given ability to dress her clients and make them a reflection of her essence, which is pure, authentic, eccentric, and beautiful, is exceeded by her abilities as a loving parent. It's not just exclusive to Dylan, but an adjacent love for her clients as well, John David Washington. Awesome, friendly, brave, funny, confident, kind, careful, cute. Her son, Dylan Tierney. I'm gonna cry. But I love you, Samantha, with all my heart. You are my family, and my sister wanted to tell you that she loves you so much, and she wishes you were here to celebrate with you tonight. I love you. Come up here, please.
is too much. I cannot say enough about her speech about me says so much about her. To do that, to talk to my other clients, who I love so much, and I truly do. And, you know, when I got the note from Laura Brown, who I dearly love, who makes fashion so much less scary, who includes all of us, who is funny, who influences me all the time to buy sweats I don't need, who brought us all together tonight after so many of us have not had the experience of doing this in 20-something years. We are starved for art and beauty. And I wore this beautiful Valentino gown because Brie Larson told me, wear your insides on your outside. And I saw this gown glowing in the store. And I always wear a black tuxedo. I try to stay in the background. But tonight I said, I'm gonna let myself enjoy this night and wear this beautiful dress. And I don't know if Melissa is still here, but your mom was so correct. Fashion is terrifying. Fashion people can be terrifying. And I do consider myself fashion adjacent. I consider myself a liaison between the fashion people and my loved ones. And I cannot tell you how many times we've been in, we depend on fashion people who we admire, adore, appreciate, whose talents are otherworldly. But it is completely, for the normal humans, unbelievable to be in the room with some people, because one moment, somebody will come rushing in to help us get dressed for Cannes, and the next thing you know, someone you just met has their foot in the middle of her bustier, pulling, and it is just the weirdness of this job, and it is wonderful, and these years I have been doing this, I started out, I worked with a lot of men, and it was like, just bring a white t-shirt, a gray t-shirt, a black t-shirt, and I got paid, it was great. But then, you're doing an advertising job and, it's a long day and somebody's, just eating Cheetos and wiping their pants on their wardrobe. So you always have to have a backup. You have to learn as you go. I've had lovely men, Elle would never do this, decide to do push-ups in their white tuxedo jacket in the soggy grass before they had to go film a finale scene. It's like these things we have to be prepared. She says I'm always calm. The inside of my head looks like one of those crime scene detectives, with like the whiteboard with the strings that are attached, where it's like, this has to come from London for this day, and at 5 p.m. somebody's gonna pick it up because it has to go to Paris, but we can try it on, but then we'll get it back in 3 days. And, it's like this whole thing when I'm standing there. It's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be fine. It's gonna be great. I will tell you, I love stylists. It's pitch black in here to me to see all you. Law, I know you're right there. Jason Bolden, Andrew, I think you're over here. Rachel Zoe, my OG. If I forgot you, it's because I can't see you. I love stylists, and I have always done my best to be kind, be helpful. I give advice. They all call me, every single one of them. They all do. They all do, and I'm happy. So happy about it. We all need each other. This is a weird job, and I don't expect people that don't do it to understand it. I do appreciate Tessa and Zoe both said tonight, which Elle and I firmly believe, you have to almost be on the edge of it being a little off for it to be great. And it's a hard line to walk. And you don't want, and this one right here taught me this. I don't want to be mediocre. I want people to love it or hate it. I want them to feel something. So thank you all so much. And thank you, InStyle, Laura Brown Glennis, who I've known 100 years, who's always so lovely. This has been such a special night for me and my wonderful husband who makes this all possible. He's the rock. And thank you again.
Hi. There are makeup artists, and then there's good makeup artists. There are good makeup artists, and then there are, damn, I look good makeup artists. There's damn, I look good makeup artists. And then there's, I better find somewhere to go after the shoot because my face is beat makeup artists. And then there's Nina Park, who makes me hesitate to wash my face when the night is done, whose skin game is so on point that even I sometimes start to believe that, shit, maybe I did wake up like this, whose work makes me feel confident enough to face the flashing lights and the bullshit and the internet trolls. Nina is a true artist who understands the power of restraint, who takes the time to really see people, learn their faces, who brings out each person's unique beauty, who is intentional and precise, who doesn't cover people up, but makes them glow, who sends late-night inspiration pics and comes to fittings and never stops thinking of ways to keep things fresh and inspired, who sleeps at the airport when there's a storm and all the flights are canceled, who stays when she has food poisoning in Thailand and everyone's telling you, bitch, go home. She's all curled up in the corner, sweating and shaking, directing the local replacement as he tries his best. That's the wrong eyeliner. Put a little in the waterline. No, that's too much. Blend it. Blend it more. I'm sorry, but I had to mention that time. Watching the world respond to your work has been an incredible thing to witness. It was only a few years ago that we had to hold our breath, waiting to see if magazines would be open-minded enough to try someone new. Shout out to InStyle for being the first to say yes. And now here you are, Makeup Artist of the Year. Soak up this well-deserved acknowledgement. You did this. You're here, yes, because Laura has fantastic taste, but that's not the only reason. You're here because you work so hard. You're here because you notice the details. You're here because your humor and your talent and care makes every job better. You're here because of your creativity. You're here because what you do is special. Congratulations, my friend. Everybody stand up. Come get this award. Ladies and gentlemen, Nina Park.
With Zoe Kravitz. She comes with like her, have you guys seen the stationery that she's using? It's like scented and like pastel pink. I have like these 3x5 index cards like from middle school. But here we go, my Joey. My Joey to whom I owe so much to. And as you guys know, she's the reason why I ever worked with InStyle for the first time, which makes this all so much more special. I love you so much. You inspire me daily. I'm so lucky that you're a friend and also a client, but I knew that you were my friend when you held my hair back in Thailand. She knows what I'm talking about. Zoe has always treated me like family from the very beginning, and I mean, incredible. Like, I love you so much. Really, thank you for being here tonight to do this. Okay. To Laura and the wonderful team at InStyle, this means so much. Thank you for honoring me, not to mention the support you endlessly give and show our industry. You guys are incredible. Seriously, thank you so much. All right, I'm gonna try to keep this short because I don't feel fully comfortable talking about myself. My first introduction to makeup started at a young age. I wasn't allowed to wear it until I turned 16, so I would secretly buy makeup, stash it away from my parents, and experiment in my bedroom in front of a tiny compact mirror. Trust me when I say that there were lots of trial and error. While my friends openly wore glitter eyeshadows and layers of lip gloss, I would try to master a no makeup look in fear of getting in trouble. My mother was always complimenting my skin, but little did she know that I had just spent hours in my bedroom creating a perfect, undetectable canvas. After all the transformative years of applying makeup, or applying with discretion, this has carried over and laid the groundwork for the way that I approach makeup today. So I'm sorry to my mother and my late father for deceiving you, but I think that we can agree now that it was all worth it. Thank you. I can't stand up here without acknowledging the passionate team of stylists and hairdressers who so openly collaborate with me. The prepping, the discussions, I am just a small piece of a puzzle that make our clients shine. To my team at Chanel, thank you for all your support. You guys are a dream to work with. My agent, Leela, who took me on even when my work only consisted of doing makeup on a home shopping network. Somehow she believed in me no matter what my book looked like. My brother, Stevie, we've been through everything. You're my chosen family. And my Freddie, my dear, poor Freddie, who has the patience of a saint and always, always supports me. You're my national treasure. Thank you for loving me unconditionally. It is so surreal to be recognized here tonight. Not only because it is such an incredible honor, but I'm the type of makeup artist who wants my work to be seen quietly. That the makeup I do becomes a natural part of my clients and it never wears them. I pour my heart into everything that I do, and it's never been my goal to be seen in front of the curtain. But tonight, it means the world to me otherwise. So thank you, InStyle, for seeing me. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laura Brown, for making me the last presenter after 2 very strong cocktails. I am here to present Designer of the Year. I am told that Michael Kors once said, there are 2 kinds of designers. The ones who are very happy locked in their offices, surrounded by their coterie. The last thing they need to do is go to a trunk show. And then he says, not only do I really enjoy going to trunk shows, I also think, how do you design things that are applicable to life? Unless you live it. Michael Kors has been living fashion and making it since the age of 5. He will tell you that he grew up surrounded by tough, ballsy, strong women. They were also very adoring, and the kind of women who would argue over what kind of pants you were wearing and what was that nail polish on your fingers. Simply put, he grew up in a family of people who were obsessed with fashion. His first business venture began when he was a teenager, designing and selling clothes from his parents' basement. Was that a really cool song as a ringtone? Because that just made me really happy. I think it was dang, 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 dang. That small basement boutique blossomed into a global fashion empire. To me, Michael Kors embodies the epitome of modern
American style. His design aesthetic, it comes from a very authentic place that's always placed his love and respect for his customer above all. His signature sensibility is rooted in his talent for sleek, precise tailoring that blends beauty and luxury with popularity in a way that few others really can. And personally, I have actually been lucky to know Michael since before I was born, and this is starting with my mother, back in the days when I was just an egg, like floating in her belly. And this was when he was a salesperson and a window dresser at Lothar's. And do people know what Lothar's is? Anyone? Okay, so Lothar's, which I've found out, was like the 70s staple. Like anyone from Jackie O to my mom to all of the fabulous women of the 70s, like you had to have Lothar's jeans. And it was right across the street from Bergdorf Goodman. And this is where Michael, I was gonna say Lance, his beautiful partner, but where Michael actually was discovered. And he became a designer there, and that was where he was a salesperson, window dresser, designer, and there flourished Michael Kors. So since then, since the egg days for me, Michael and I, we've traveled the world together. And we've gone to New York, London, Tokyo, Singapore, and back. I can't even tell you what a travel partner Michael Kors is. His clever wit, his side-splitting sense of humor makes him the absolute best to share different places in the world with. And there is no one I would rather belt out a show tune with than Michael. But you can't really talk about Michael without talking about his tireless efforts and his deep passion for helping others. The World Food Program, Watch Hunger Stop, God's Love We Deliver, BCRF, and It Gets Better Project are just a few of the organizations that have been the beneficiaries of his time, his devotion, and his generosity. Michael once invited me on a trip to Cambodia where I got to see firsthand the things that the World Food Program was doing. And it was truly a trip of a lifetime, so I will forever be grateful for that opportunity. And 2021 marks a huge year and milestone for Mr. Kors' life. It's the 40th anniversary of his extraordinary business and career. So I've heard Michael say that fashion is the right thing at the right time. And I think Michael has been the right thing at the right time for the last 40 years. So it's my great honor to introduce InStyle's 2021 Fashion Designer of the Year, my dear friend, Michael Kors.
Wow. I have to sing now and I have to tell a joke. I had more vodka than Kate. Well, first off, should you bring one up here?
No, I'm fine. I don't know what to do.
First off, I would like to thank you, Kate, really for being such an unbelievable inspiration and such an amazing friend. Thank you. And I want to thank Laura and the entire team at InStyle for this amazing honor. Kate was talking about it, and it's something that I've always thought about. And I know that there are many designers who they like to think about fashion in a very abstract way. And I have to tell you, I'm definitely not one of them. It's thrilling and it's exciting to put on a fashion show. It's always this kind of adrenaline rush when we put on a great show. But I have to tell you, the most exciting thing for me still, after 40 years, is seeing my designs come to life, unreal women in life. Whether it's someone in the public eye or someone on the subway, whether it's someone who's slaying a red carpet or someone who's feeling more empowered at work or feeling just more confident and stylish in her day-to-day life. I have to tell you, after 40 years, this is truly what I'm still the most excited by. I always like to think of myself as a designer who is inspired by a wide range of individuals. Kate was talking about the women in my family. I mean, literally, they would argue over like, no, it's taupe, it's mushroom. I'm like, it's fucking taupe, who cares? Move on. But it was that important to them, and they all had an opinion, and they all had a point of view. And I love having that huge range of inspirations. I sometimes think that my inspirations are like this sort of cast of characters from a great Almodovar film. Everyone from my friends and my family, to the women I work with, to the women who are changing the world, to stylish friends like Kate. I am constantly inspired by all of you. InStyle magazine has always been very special to me in that they never treat fashion in some abstract way, but they bring it to life in a way that makes women fall in love, and they bring it to life on a huge, wide variety of women. The message of InStyle is always one of positivity, optimism, and humor, blended with a strong sense of style. The mix of chic and humor and glamour and comfort has really been at the root of my designs since I started Michael Kors in 1981. Why can't you be stylish and chic and have a good time? I have to say that 40 years later, I think more than ever that fashion, really, when it comes down to it, is making people feel like their best self. That's what it's all about. I could not do any of this without my remarkable husband, Lance. His talent, his heart, his kindness, he is just the most special individual. And Kate, I mean, you went right to it. I mean, he messed her speech right up and she went right to Lance because he is really a remarkable, remarkable human being. I have to say, it is wonderful to be here tonight and to see all of you IRL. And I have to say, you are all looking fabulous, and my God, it's so great to see everyone make the effort. I mean, you look fabulous. Give yourselves a round of applause. I thank you all again for the wonderful honor and for being here and for all of the support and for bringing my designs to life for 40 years. It's crazy for me to say that, but I'm still a kid at heart. And again, thank you and have a wonderful evening.
I hope you enjoyed the frisson of the heaters that went on and off and on and off. I hope you feel alive. Guys, honestly, it's a privilege to be with you. It's a privilege for you to be with each other. It's a privilege to do what we do with each other. So thank you so much for coming. If you've not been exploited in the elevator, goddamn go and do it. And thank you so much for coming. God bless you all. Keep on making beautiful things. Thank you.